What's up, everybody? It is another episode of the Cuzin Jeff Talks podcast. I almost messed up my own podcast name, but it's fine because I'm in the presence of a young man who I met once again through the Gentleman's Factory. If you go follow this podcast, you're gonna hear the Gentleman's Factory a lot. And because they're doing such great work throughout New York City, and next is going to be the rest of the United States, and then next after that is going to be the world. But I met this young brother during the entrepreneurship incubator, and he also won the pitch competition that we had. So the incubator is funded by the New York City mayor's office. So it was like a 3-month program where we shared ideas on entrepreneurship and things like that. Then we had a pitch competition where the prize was what was the prize?
It was 2,500.
2,500, right?
Yeah.
So he won that. Cause I can't front, man. It was, your presentation was dope. Your product is dope. It's high quality. So without further ado, my man, Garvenchy, how's it going, brother?
Thank you for having me, man. I'm doing good. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. Just on the grind every day, as you see, man. We got our whiskey. Like I said, I've been having a lot of guests. So
customized cup too.
Oh yeah. we got the wells on the cup. Yeah. So
dope.
So let's jump right into it, man. As far as your brand and your clothing, talk to me about that. What inspired you to do? Well, first describe it, and then tell me what inspired you to do it.
Sure, man. Sure. So right now we do women and men's traditional suit. So you're talking about your single breast and double breast. And also I had to, during the pandemic, just really watching the market, watching the people that I look up to in fashion, what they were wearing. So I saw a lot of myself too, without even noticing it. I saw a lot of people that are really into fashion and really into wearing their double breast suit, was trying to go for the more comfortable type of vibe, right? With everybody working from home, with people going out less. Everybody was trying to see, I want to keep my style look, my luxury look, but I want to be comfortable as well.
Gotcha.
So that's when I started thinking about, yes, I want to do something comfortable, but not too casual.
Gotcha.
Right? So that's when we started, myself and my team started thinking about, okay, how can we bring in a tracksuit into the mix without making it casual, still look luxury, where the fabric is high quality, and when somebody wear it, they feel like they're wearing something of quality, right?
Gotcha.
And that's when we came with the luxury tracksuits. We came out with 3 different colors just to see how they do, 3 for the women and 3 for the men, and people have been loving it, man. And the idea is,
no, you can be comfortable. You can back up.
The idea is, getting the traditional luxury look of a traditional suit, and then mixing, the comfortability of a tracksuit, mixing it together.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, man, because the style is awesome to me because, especially when somebody does a lot of traveling. Yeah. That's why, like, as soon as I saw the tracksuit, I was like, yo, this is for somebody who's always on the go. You know what I'm saying? And they're sitting in the airport and matter of fact, I suggested to you a dope marketing strategy, which was to go into, because I saw this one guy on YouTube. He's like a con man, for lack of a better word. Yeah. So what he does is he like buys first class or business class tickets, maybe let's say at the airport, JFK, LaGuardia, whatever, maybe JFK, and he buys these tickets. So now he can go into the business class or the first class lounge, and he has his meetings there, and he uses it as an office. But he spends a little extra money to get the refundable ticket.
Okay.
So
so he could get it right back.
Yeah, so he can just get it right back. So I was like, listen, do that, man. Get the refundable ticket. Go in the lobby to get have some nice bags and stuff. Like you're on the go. Take a lot of pictures and then return the ticket.
And that's it, man. That's it, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
The hustle's the hustle.
The hustle, man. Because a lot of people I don't suggest you. I mean, for the brand, it's branding. I get it. But like a lot of people, they go on the jets.
Yeah.
The jets, and they're grounded. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't even have the jets. It's just you go into a building like this,
Yep.
and it's a inside of a
Yeah,
plane.
it's just a studio. It's just a studio. And then you just have half of the plane inside the studio.
Yeah, like one
So,
side of the plane, which is dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I digress, man. So yeah, when I was looking at the tracksuits, I was like, yo, this shit is dope. You know, yeah, man. Because I was like, yo, because because I do custom suits too, and a lot of people are like, oh, I think suits are dying out. You know, but I think it's the way you wear them. You know what I mean? It's the way you wear them, and you know, nobody's dressing like Mad Men anymore with a suit. It's a little bit more casual.
Yo, you watch Mad Men?
Yeah, I used to watch it.
Oh,
I always say I saw it once. No, actually, I saw the whole series twice through. So I'm thinking about
that's my top 2 favorite show.
top
I
two.
love that
What's
show.
the first? What's your other one?
The Office.
The Office. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Suits. I like Billions right now.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's in the top 5.
There you go. There you go.
Billions.
And so yeah, so it's a little bit more casual, and I get it, you know what I'm saying? But for you to make that pivot and be like, okay, I'm gonna do a luxury tracksuit, I was like, that's fucking genius.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So so who is it as far as like entrepreneurship? Because I know you do other things, but like as far as having your own business, like what got you to that point of wanting to start your own business?
Yeah, man. I think one of the traditional idea that we grew up with is just like, yo, we always thought to do, like, we're only able to do one thing. Like, you get your 9-to-5 job, and after 40 years, you retired, and, you know, that's all you have time to do.
Right.
And to me, it's just like, it's a false idea, because you have so much time in the day. Although it doesn't seem like it, when you really like start counting like the very small moments of like how long you're on your phone, you know, how long you're watching Netflix and stuff like that, then you start realizing you have a lot of time in the day. To be honest, as cliche as it sounds, man, I just look up to like those musicians, people like Jay-Z, LeBron. Like, there's no type of business that Jay-Z would not put his finger on, right?
Right.
So like, just like having that, you know, multiple stream of income, right? And also those businesses being stuff that you're passionate about, right?
Right.
So in addition to doing all the things I want to do, fashion was always like something I was passionate about. I just did not know how I was going to land into the fashion industry.
Gotcha.
And during the pandemic, and I know I wanted to get into fashion, and I actually started this brand two years ago, like right during COVID. And I was like, yo, there's really no excuse. I'm working from home, and 9-to-5 is not really asking for all my time when I'm home.
Right, yeah.
Right. So I have that time to just like, all right, let me work on something, you know, I'm passionate about. And, you know, as crazy as it sounds, started the business in the middle of the pandemic.
No. That's 1,000. Listen.
Yeah.
I read a book, and I'm sure all the listeners have definitely read this book. It's called Think and Grow Rich.
I read that book too.
Right.
Yeah.
So, from my understanding, that book came out in the during the Great Depression.
Wow.
Or maybe right before, around that time, right?
Yeah.
And the reason being is when people can no longer depend on that quote unquote dependable job anymore, they look to make their own money.
Yeah.
Which is why, you know, a lot of, you know, and then I do also, you know, some work with like Workforce One. I contract with them.
Yeah.
So I still work for myself, but I kind of, you know, work in the, I'm an independent contractor.
Yeah.
So, and they're like, our numbers are down for like a year, and I'm like, yeah, because people are entrepreneurs. As an entrepreneur myself, I'll be in the meetings in the Zoom meeting. I'm like, listen, I know why people are, you know, they thought their job was secure, and then the pandemic hit, right? Even with me with the suits, like, you know, I was like, everybody's staying home. They don't want suits no more right now. So I had to pivot, right? So I started, guess what?
Yeah.
I started teaching entrepreneurship, which is where you met. You know what I'm saying? I started teaching sales and stuff like that, because people are wanting to get that information so they can use it, so they can go make their own money. So pivoting is, you know, so saying that you're crazy for starting your business during the pandemic, hell no.
All right, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I never thought about it like that, but
you know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Because and I hate to keep talking because you're the guest, so you're supposed to be talking. But it's just a lot of things hitting my mind. But and then I don't know. It just left. Good thing I said. Good thing I switched it up because it left my mind. But so I see that you're all over. How did it feel to win that competition, that pitch competition?
Yeah, one crazy thing about that is that getting ready for that pitch competition. Actually, I was able to pitch myself where this business is headed. If that makes sense to you, when I was getting prepared for it,
break it down.
Break it down. All right.
Yeah.
So as I was getting prepared for this pitch competition, I was like, all right, I know what I want to do, but I need to. There's the old saying: if you cannot explain it, then you don't understand it. Right?
I love it.
If you're not explaining simply, you don't understand it. So I was trying to find a way to simply explain this, business where everything that's going in my mind to the masses, right?
Gotcha.
And writing down notes and everything, and then I was like, oh wow, I get it. I know where I want to bring my suit business, luxury and comfort. And that could be tracksuit, that could be suit as well.
Yeah.
So from today on, after the tracksuit, I'm not saying bye to the suits.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm trying to think, how can I make the suits more comfortable?
Right.
Right. So the fact that I got to that conclusion and then prepared for the competition and got to the competition and pitch it, it felt really good. Not because of of course the prize money was amazing.
Right.
But not because of prize money, but they get it.
Right. Yeah.
That was the main thing. They
get
it. Like I didn't have to. I had 3 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to explain myself.
Yeah.
I didn't have to explain myself for a long period of time. Everybody in there got it.
Yep. Yeah.
So I think that's what felt the most rewarding about winning that competition.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, man, that's part of it. Like like you said, the communication factor. You know what I mean? Like you have to learn how to communicate to people and say it effectively and cut the fat off so people can digest it. You know what I mean? And it's dope. And I like what you said. Like if you can't explain it, then you really don't understand it. You know what I mean? And a lot of us, people try to tell me the business idea and, and they're like, okay, so tell me about your idea. And they're like, it's kind of like, well, and they may not have like the elevator pitch down.
Yeah.
But like in their head, it makes sense, but they or it don't make sense, but they just know it's something there. You know what I mean? But if, like you said, if you can't explain it, then you don't really know it. So you got to go back to the drawing board.
Yes.
And you got to fine tune it because if you're asking for investors to invest money, you know what I mean? And I kind of reverse engineer, like, how would I want to hear this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would want to hear what the product is about, why you did it, what's the inspiration, how much do you need, how much can I expect back, things like that. If I'm an investor in something, but like you said, man, you have to understand it first. You can't move past certain barriers if you don't understand it. And because if you don't understand it, then how you gonna grow?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I think the fact that when it comes to the clothing business, I know when it comes to suit, there's so many suit business out there, right?
Yeah, right.
So many clothing apparel business out there. So like you gotta really sit down and really like, yo, where's my business headed? Like, so that's why I said I go back to that competition. I was like, yo, I was able to set apart myself from any other suit business they ever heard about.
Yeah,
right.
That's fact.
So like when you get there, that's I got it.
Yeah.
And now, like you were saying, if I run into, Jeff or anybody in the street, I heard you got a business. Please explain to me. Really easy. You won't have to be like, you just like, this is what my business is.
Yeah.
And to me, when you get there, that's when you're unstoppable.
As a fact.
That's when you're unstoppable.
As a fact. And then, because like you said, you're unstoppable. And we have a similar acquaintance that he has a kind of a crypto learning program, and it's called Sandwich. He was telling me that, Tim, right? You know Tim? Okay, yeah. So he was telling me that when he first did it, he couldn't explain it. It was tough to explain.
Yeah, he was telling us that. Yeah.
And like then he figured it out, and like so now he know how to just pinpoint how to say it and how to explain it to people in a digestible, manner. You know what I mean? And even how's this? Even learning, right? Because I know how I am, right?
Yeah.
If I'm sitting in a business aspect, right, and people are throwing around these
big
words, jargon, this and that, I say stop. Stop.
Yeah.
Explain it to me like I'm a 10-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Like digest. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna sit here and try to pretend that I know what you're talking about. Just break it down to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's funny that you say that. I'm reading this book right now. I forgot the author, but the name of it is Communicate Simply.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's a female author. And during the book, he showed you like things that people use in corporate America, those big words and those lectures, and then he shows you himself translating in very simple matter. And he was like, "Which one would you like to hear?
Right.
Like, which one would you think is the smarter person? Like society would tell you is the person with the big word.
Right.
It's actually the person that could explain it, get it so much they could explain it.
That's
so
true.
simple.
That is true.
That's the smartest person.
That is true. That's
so it's like that's what you have to strive to get to. It's like you understand a subject so much that you don't even need to throw around big words to sound smart. It's just like, hey, this is what it is, and this is how I'm explaining it to you.
Exactly. Yeah, you can impress. It'll impress some dumb people, right? But a smart person is like, bro, I don't like this, bro. Okay, stop. Like, bro, like,
let's go back.
Yeah, just go back, man, because I want to actually understand and know
what you're talking
about, especially if it's an industry that I'm not familiar with. Then I'm like, bro, like, don't give me the big words. Relax. Just talk to me normal, how you would talk to anybody else, and try and break it down. You know what I'm saying? All right, so you said you have a woman's line, right?
Yes, I do.
So you do women's suits as well?
Yeah, I do women's suits as well. When I first started, I was doing men's suits, and it was very interesting. Everybody that was hitting me up was women. Bruh. Everybody that was hitting me up was women. And at first, I had some women that just like, yo, I'm fine with wearing men's suit.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yo, I have to cater to that market.
Yeah.
And then about 6 months later, after starting the business for men, I did both, men and women.
Yeah. Now, I definitely started for men, but my clients were women buying suits for their husband or their son or their, whoever, their dad, you know what I mean? So I knew that the women were like more inclined to just go out, and I've done suits for women too, not that many, but I would love to do more, you know what I mean? Cause I have, from my manufacturer, they're able to get like certain, cut a certain way.
Yeah.
So I'm able to do that. And so, that's keeping your eye open to the market, because it's like, somebody else would have been just like, nah, I'm just want to do men's suits, which is not conducive to being successful. You know what I mean? Because I get it, there are stores out there that just cater straight to men, but we are living in different times where women definitely are like. And here's the thing, you know how I pitch it? You ready for this?
Yeah.
I'll be like, listen, this the great thing about having a custom suit. Right? So I'm talking to the women. I said, you can get the jacket, and then you can get the skirt and get the pants. So you can have both options, right? So that's how you kind of upsell.
The jacket. The jacket.
But
you have the pants and the skirt.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can put whatever you feeling that day. If it's colder, you could put the pants on, it matches exactly. Put the skirt on.
Spring and fall.
There you go. You got options. Women love options. So hey, do it like that. You put the high heels on, or whether you put your sneakers on to go to work, and then you put your heels on. Whatever you're doing, you can switch it up like that.
Yeah. One other thing you just said that was very interesting is how a lot of women actually comes and just date on that's buying suits for men. And one thing I realized, I didn't know it was like really like that out there, because I've always been in love with suits. So I'm doing that, go out there and get my stuff.
There you go. Yeah, me too.
I was like, oh wow, there's a lot of women out there that they literally dressing their men, bro.
Yeah. No, that's a fact. And
that's a fact. Yeah.
And so, not to cut you off, but when I used to work at Men's Warehouse, right? So you would have to like calculate within like 2 seconds, 3 seconds, who the boss. Like when the woman come in and when the guy come in, who's the boss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because after a while, once I figure out the woman's the boss, I don't even talk to the man no more. I don't even talk to the husband no more. Like he's not even on my radar. Like, I don't even give a fuck what he's saying. And I'm like,
actually, I wear the blue.
Yes,
Nope.
Yep. I'm like, yes, ma'am. But what you want the blue one? Okay. You want that? How you want it to fit? Okay, blah. Because she, you could tell like she gonna wanna have her input, and she probably drug him to there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To the store. And
true,
so and even in the when you do in the wedding game, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, yeah.
As a matter of fact, I had you saw the post, right? So I had a guy with his wife here, and she's helping him pick out stuff, and I was just telling him that when I do weddings, I tell him, listen, just bring. When I talk to the groom, I said, just bring you and your wife to be. That's it. Don't bring nobody else. Don't bring auntie. Don't bring don't bring cousin. Don't bring mama. Don't bring nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because I need y'all to make the decision. I need y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because there's only gonna be one out of two bosses right now, and I don't need three bosses telling me what to do. You know what I mean? So have you ever had that?
Yeah, man. A lot of time, interesting enough, even if it's not wedding, it's always like a couple coming in together, even if it's just for the men.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And when it comes, you gotta put your sales ad on too. It's like, hey, you could get a suit too.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to just him, because like you say, they're the one that's more invested on what color this is gonna be, how it's gonna fit, and stuff like that. So I've definitely had some experience like that. I think that's the journey of the suit game, right?
Yeah. I'm excited because I can't talk to everybody about this.
Yeah,
everybody don't know.
You,
everybody don't know. Like this.
Feel you.
Yeah,
man. There's very few people you could really like in the detail.
Yeah, in detail. Yeah, customers and suits and all this stuff, and the back and forth that has to happen when it comes to suits.
Yeah, definitely, man. And I'm up all night just like looking at inspiration and on Instagram and just like. Because the game is moving so fast.
It is moving fast.
When it comes to like colors and fabrics, like how do I stay unique? Game is moving so fast. So I think over the past few months, I've been in more of a research mode for like, spring and summer. But I think it's time to really start, putting some products out when it comes to suits. Because, I did this pivot just to see I was, and it was successful. So we're definitely gonna continue with the luxury tracksuit line. But the foundation that brought me where I am, I'm still in love with a nice double-breasted suit.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. So I think, personally, I think. One more before I get to that. Sure. One more thing, right? So I once again working at Men's Warehouse, but this is the downfall, right? With the women sometimes. It's like a woman brought in a magazine, right, of a guy in a suit, and she was like, and the guy is like tall, slender, you know what I'm saying, like you. He basically built like you, and she was like, I want my husband to look like this, right? Now he's about 40 plus. You could tell he haven't missed a meal. You know what I'm saying? Like
living good.
He's living good, living like a doctor, like Joey Diaz would say. But and she's like, I want him to look like this, and trying to fit in, bro. Let me tell you something. Suit salesman. I think suit salesman, and I don't ever know what other profession we have found, or we can find a way to be like to try to explain. Certain things, because people's bodies are sensitive. People, you don't want to, because I've had to explain certain things, and I've surprised myself on how I could maneuver.
Could get real, real uncomfortable.
Yeah. But like, listen, if your husband was, you have to, I forgot exactly what I said because I was engulfed in it, back then, especially dealing with because now. Being an entrepreneur, I pick my own customers. These were customers that's coming up off the street, and like you have a manager, you have a boss, so you have to be way more careful.
You said,
So now I get a little bit more cool with my clients, so I can just say some stuff sometimes. And some of these people are like, they think they're up here because you're working at a store, so you have to be extra careful. So. Yeah, just working through that, and those little stories like that, man, are that make me appreciate the the craftsmanship and the journey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I actually forgot what my next point was. But we're gonna pivot to, just talking about business in general, right?
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges that you're facing as far as, clients, as far as money coming in, because I know you do other things. You work for a tech company.
Yeah.
But and when I mean money or saving money, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because a lot of entrepreneurs, when they hit a big lick, right, they sometimes they're like, okay, you have to save money different when you're an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? Like you're not relying on that check that's coming in every 2 weeks or every week or whatever it is, or once a month, whatever it is. So tell me about that. Like, how do you adjust? How do you?
Yeah, of course, man. Like I said, the brand is 2 years, 2 years in, 2 years old. Before I, even started the brand, I had a few conversation with, business heads that already been doing it for 10, 15 years, even if it was in suits. And a lot of them told me, was like, hey, man, if you're trying to go into this and thinking that you're going to make money after the first, second, or even third year, you're in the wrong game.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So when I started my business, my whole idea was like, how do I get the idea out there? How do I get people to believe on this brand and not go for the next brand? So I think that's one of the challenges that I'm still going through.
Right.
I'm still going through, and of course, pricing, right? How do you price your suit when there's so many other options? Like me being the person that wears it all the time, I know the market, right?
Right.
I know where I could get just a one event suit, a cheap suit that looks good, but I know where I could get a suit that's gonna last me 5 to 10 years.
Exactly. Yep.
Right. So now it's just like, what kind of business you want to be? Do you want to be a luxury business? Or do you want to be fast fashion? As you heard the word fast fashion,
Yeah.
So that was difficult to decide, but I kind of did like a compromise, right in the middle, just to see, like, yo, who am I catering to? Am I catering to the people like myself that that goes out there? I could wear a cheap suit. I know the reason why I'm wearing it. What even I'm wearing? I could wear a $1,000 suit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I want the option in my closet, right? So just thinking about that, and I noticed that the people like myself or the people that are buying suit frequently.
Yeah.
Like me, I buy suit frequently,
Right.
and they're not like $1,500 suit, but they nice suits.
Yeah. Right.
So one of the challenge was the market, like who you trying to cater to.
You have to know who your audience is.
Who your audience is, because one thing somebody told me was like, yo, the number one way to fail is trying to please everyone.
There you go. That's a fact.
Yeah. So like trying to make a product that was catered to everyone, that's impossible.
Yeah.
So that's how you get down on yourself and you don't see the ups because you feel like everything's not working out because you're not catering to anyone.
Right.
So that's one of the challenges. And another challenge is you name it, is just like the profit and savings, like, right? So like how do you know, like, hey, it's enough. I've been a one-man team for a while now. How do I bring in some people? Like, what's the margin where I'm like, all right, I need to bring in some people, like, what's the margin where I put him back into the company, and what's the margin where I pay myself?
Right.
Because like the goal at the end of the day is to make this full time, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to work for anybody else. So all these different, I'm sure they are common challenges, but I like saying them all the time because everybody want to make it seem like business is going well. Like, like there's no challenges. Like, yo, I'm making this money, business is great, but I like saying it like it is, man. Like, yo, there's challenges out there, and if you're passionate about the business you're doing and you do you make your research, you're gonna know that it's gonna take some grind,
man,
before you get there.
Definitely. Like for myself, like I especially when I was just strictly doing suits, you have to have a system, right? You have to have a system. You have to, and what I do is especially when I teach entrepreneurship, I teach people to have a end goal, and then reverse engineer it, right? What I mean by that is, let's say I want to make $100,000 a year. I want to make $2,000 a year, $250. I want to make these numbers, and I'm just by myself, right? I need to figure out, okay, How much profit am I making per suit? Right? And so now I need to figure out how many people I need to call, how many people I need to email per day, to get, to sell 3 suits a week.
Yep.
Right? If I need to call 50 people a day, right? I'll start at 9 a.m. And then email between email and calls 50 people, right? Or whatever it is. And do that every single day. I need to go to such and such an event, get as many cards as possible, go to the church, get as many cards as possible, whatever it is, put it all in a database after I call, and then be able to constant contact or MailChimp or whatever your system you got. Send out emails once a month or twice a month, whatever you do. How many emails do I need to send? How many, in order to get to 3 suits a week, 4 suits a week, whatever I'm trying to do. So you need to figure those numbers out and stick to that system. You know what I'm saying?
Stick to the grind.
Stick to the grind. To the point where I don't even though I haven't really, I pivoted. Now I'm just getting back into it because I was like, you know what? Things are a little changing for me now, so I can relax a little bit, and so now I got more time to dedicate to the suits.
Nice, man.
I said I'm gonna go back into it.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Thank you. So when that's what I was doing, and I was just grinding out, and to the point where where I got a little lazy, where it was like I was grinding so much to the point where now people are referring me to other people. So I didn't even need to post on Instagram. I didn't even call anybody. I would at least do 1 to 2 suits a week just off of GP because people I did a suit for them, and now they homeboy need a suit. It's like, oh, my boy Jeff, or I didn't get a suit from him, but I know he does suits, so go to Jeff. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So after a while, that kind of dissipated because I wasn't in the game like that. But yeah, it's about systems. Like, back to my original point. It's all about reverse engineering that whatever number, whatever goal you're trying to reach, and tell yourself, okay, I need to do this, this, and this, and stick to that script every single day.
Yeah, one thing about reverse engineering. This might be a little darker, but like, there's somebody like I don't know if you ever read the Stephen Covey book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Yep.
Yeah, so in there, the story about, he gave this story about how if you want to accomplish anything, just imagine this, just like I say, it's a little dark story, but still, like imagine going to a funeral, and then when you get to the podium and when you look into the casket, it's your funeral. What would you want that person standing on the podium to say about you? Right? So it was like, when it comes to your legacy, when it comes to business, when it comes to the type of person you are, you got to think it from from the end point, going back to where you are right now. Like, however you want
I
to
knew
be
I was
remembered.
smart. I knew I was smart.
Yeah, so just like however you want to be remembered, you gotta start working on it right now, man. How do you want to remember? That's the big question. What legacy you want to leave behind from your businesses.
To say that word.
Yeah, and just like the type of person you are. So a lot of the time is one thing I know he's all over Instagram right now, is one thing about Kanye. Everything he does, he exaggerated. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I always get from him. Is like, yo, if you're gonna release something, no matter how small, no matter how much small you're following, it's a big freaking deal, bro.
Yeah.
If you want to have a premiere for your, 5-minute film or short film, have a freaking premiere.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big deal. Like, people, one thing about branding I realize is whatever you tell your audience your brand is, they incline to believe you at some point. Right? So like, yo, this is a luxury brand. You can't tell me it's not. I'm telling you it's a luxury brand.
Yeah.
How are you gonna tell me it's not a luxury brand? You know? So it's just like, if you able to
But that's part of branding, repetition.
Exactly, right?
Yeah,
repetition and letting people know, like, yo, this is a luxury brand, this is the price I'm selling at, you came to my fashion show. It was, the level was up there. I don't care, if I just getting started, but everything you do, just do it big, man. Think about that word, legacy.
Yo, man, and that's so deep because not only that, it's speaking things into existence, right? So it's also the branding aspect, but it's also speaking things into existence, right? So before I was teaching entrepreneurship, and before I had a client, before the first client, right? So you introduce yourself. People are like, oh, what do you do? I said, well, my name's Jeff Wells. Make custom suits, right? So then I go into the custom suit thing, right? So after a while, I was like, you know what? I want to teach entrepreneurship. I want to teach sales. Hey, my name is Jeff Wells. I teach entrepreneur. I make custom suits and I teach entrepreneurship. I teach sales, right? And I kept saying it, right? Because I want them to know that that's what I do. All of a sudden, boom, client here. Gentleman's Factory started doing the incubator, all type of stuff. Like we're teaching entrepreneurship and sales. And it's like, you're saying, hey, I have a luxury brand. I have a luxury brand. I have a luxury brand. I have a luxury brand.
There you go. Garvenchy has a luxury brand.
There you go.
I don't know what he makes, but it's a luxury brand.
It's a luxury fucking brand. Yeah. That's what's up, man.
Yeah,
and
man.
I'm digging the style, man. Did you brought me something?
I did.
You brought these for me?
I did. I bought you
My
a
man.
tracksuit. It's right up
My man. Hold on. Let me go get it.
It's on in the Target bag, right. Yeah.
I said bring a suit, not bring.
Nah, I bought you one, man. I'm like, yo.
Man. Look, everybody, this the pack. See, this what I'm talking about, man. This is why he won the competition. This is why he with it. See what I'm saying? He got the branding on the bag. You know what I'm saying?
And we got the tagline, a style for every story.
Hey, I don't know. Yep, a style for every story. Boom. Yeah. Boom. Let me open this up, man. Let's see what we got here. We got the green one. All right. We got the olive, right? This olive? Yeah. Boom. Look at this. This how I know my once again, this how I know my podcast gonna blow up. Cause you only see people get gifts or like the Breakfast Club and shit like that, right? And people bring like Snoop Dogg, right? That's the only time you see this.
Yo, I got you a bottle, Charlemagne.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate it, bro.
No problem, man.
Damn, this is a large though.
What are you, a medium?
Yeah, I'm a medium. But these are slimmer though. I'll try.
No, those are true to size. So I could get you a medium.
Yeah, man. Appreciate that, man.
Right, man. Now I know where you at, man. I could get you a medium.
But I appreciate it. At least you ain't say small, because I know I'm short, but damn. But I'm glad. I was like, why?
Are you fine with the color? Because I could get you the black or the khaki too.
I think the black gonna be dope.
You want the black?
Yeah, man.
Thank
you.
Problem,
not to be ungrateful or nothing like that, but
I'm starting to learn, bro. Whatever you want, you ask for it, man. Yeah. Especially when somebody's offering you something.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, that's true. Not to sound ungrateful or nothing like that, but the black is dope.
Yeah, I get you. Black was it.
Man, I got some shoes that goes right with it. Nice. Nike shoes, Nike sneakers or whatever, but especially like when around not this time of year, but when it's gonna be like around spring. Yeah, I think that's gonna be perfect, man. Awesome. And I definitely rock it, man, and tell people about it, man. And so and I'm and another thing, man, I want everybody to. It's so much money out here, bro. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad we can share a platform where you could come on and talk about your brand and talk about your mindset and tell people where you at, where you from. You know what I'm saying? Like where social media and everything like that, because I think it should be more of that. That's why I hit you out. I was like, yo, man, I should have him more, because I think his clothing line is dope. I think, your story is dope. Anytime, man. I think what you're doing is dope, man. I see how you're moving around in these streets. You know what I'm saying? And, it's dope. It's inspiring, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man.
And not only that, I want to be around people like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. So, man, yeah, man. Tell everybody where they can find you, your website, social media. Yeah, not your address, but you know what I'm saying? But everywhere else.
Sure, man. Well, for the brand, for Vinchic brand, you could find us on Instagram at Vinchic _. So that's VINSHEK _. And my personal page is Sir Garvenchy, SIR _GARVENCHY. And the website for Vinchic is vinchicco.com. This is where you're able to order your tracksuit, order custom suits as well. And yeah, man. And if it's not on the website, just hit us up, email us, and we'll get it done for you.
Yeah, we ain't even get into talking about like manufacturers and all that stuff.
I got time, man. If you want
You
to
got time? All right, let's talk about manufacturers because
Yeah.
I know my manufacturer is like I have the same like for my suits, my same manufacturer is the same as like Men's Warehouse, Not Standard, a couple of other people, Suit Supply. So it's the same.
That's an international or here?
International. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how does that work? Like, how do you feel about? Do you get it from overseas or?
I get mine from overseas.
Okay.
I had
Which is a whole different game. Like that's another conversation that people, it's only certain people can talk about.
yeah,
you know?
man. I get it from overseas. For the suits, I had to work with a different manufacturer when it comes to the track suits, because I was looking for the highest quality.
Gotcha.
When it comes to the track suit, but it's like you said, it's a learning man's game, right? You gotta learn how to time your shipment. You gotta learn.
Tell me about it.
If they charging you this for that, how do you flip it? All that stuff.
Yeah.
So, but overall, it's been a good experience. I think one of the major challenges is, I'm sure you'll agree with me, is the shipment time.
Yeah.
Major challenges, but
Well, I don't know because the factory that I get my suits from is like bit like they ship for a lot of people. Even during the pandemic, it came like it was like they
I need to get with your
they was like
manufacturer.
I was like this is great, So my turnaround time is 3 weeks. So
it's fast.
That's
fast. I think in a good order, my turnaround time is about 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
But even when it's happened once or twice, that's twice too many.
Yeah,
When
it's twice too many.
Come on
Twice
time,
too many.
right?
Twice too many.
So now you have to, say stuff to customers like I'm sorry and my apologies. I don't like to do that because I know if I have an event schedule, I want to wear this. The last thing I want to hear is I'm not gonna be able to wear it.
Yeah, but that comes with the territory and learning that because how especially where a lot of our clients are black, so how black people are. They call you like they know your turnaround time is 3 weeks or whatever, so they call you 3 weeks out. And I'm like, bro, like stop, like no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing your suit. I'm just not doing it. No, you know what I'm saying? Like to call me earlier than that. Like no, that's cutting it too close. Matter of fact, I had a friend that a good friend of mine. He owns a yoga studio in Bed-Stuy. And he wanted. We spent like 2 hours picking out everything, and I know he had to take a flight to New Orleans, and he was flying back for something. It was like a logistical nightmare.
Yeah.
After 2 hours, I was like, bro, you know what? I suggest you go somewhere else and find your suit. You know what I'm saying? Like that ass, because I'm like, number one, I respect our relationship. So if the suit, something whatever can go wrong with the suit, the timing, the shipment, the side, whatever it is, and it ain't right in time for when you need it, you're gonna want a refund.
Yeah.
And with my policies, it's certain things that's gonna have to happen.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go through that with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
You gotta be straight
you know what
up,
I'm saying?
man.
Like I straight up told him that. Like, bro, like let's just. He's like, oh man, I'm sorry, I wasted your time. I said, no, bro. We said, hey, we talked, we drank whiskey, you know what I'm saying? We had a great conversation. It's fine. Like I would rather lose that 2 hours than go through all that headache. Trust me. So that being said, man, Garvenchy, man, appreciate you, brother.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for stopping
me,
by, man. Like I said, man, great product. Y'all go find him on social media. It gave y'all the handles and everything. Y'all go find him. Y'all go cop something. I know I'm gonna wear mine. I know that for a fact. Y'all go see me on next episode with it. So next time, man, Cuzin Jeff podcast, Cuzin Jeff Talks podcast. Catch me on YouTube, like, subscribe, and I'll be on Instagram Live every now and then. Peace.
All right.